Johnny Gaudreau is kind of hilarious, man. But you know what else is kind of true? The fact that the New York Islanders fan base is... I mean, I don't want to go out there and say this, but I'll put it in a way that's kind of nice. I don't want to piss these guys off. Like, I get it, there are toxic fan bases in the NHL, there are portions of each fan base that have people wherein I probably would not want to associate with them, but when it comes to the one fan base that I kind of don't want to get in their bad side, obviously, you know, my favorite teams would be one of those, but just around the league, it feels like it would be a pretty bad time if New York Islanders fans did not like you. And Johnny Gaudreau ended up experiencing that firsthand, because when the Blue Jackets played the Islanders the other day, you had yourselves a really interesting dynamic in the arena whenever Johnny Gaudreau touched the puck. They booed him to all heck every single time, and it wasn't an isolated incident. You could see on multiple plays and on multiple shifts with the video footage that things are just going along as normal, and then once the Blue Jackets send it up to their star left winger, Johnny Gaudreau comes in and you can hear the boos rain throughout the building. Gaudreau then centers it off, and then the puck is not on his stick anymore, and then the boos stop. It happened, and it was quite prominent on the broadcast if you were watching this game. And of course, the reason this is a big deal is because Johnny Gaudreau, when he was a free agent, there were rumors linking him to the Islanders, and ultimately he did not sign with the Islanders. And so, the Islanders fan base went out there and pretty much said, hey man, like, screw you for not signing with us. We're gonna boo you every time you touch the puck. The rumors were that New York, New Jersey, and New York, so the two New York teams, were potentially involved in Johnny Gaudreau conversations. Philadelphia was also a team that was mentioned as well. I feel like now, if you look at it with hindsight, I mean, we all said that Philadelphia was not that great, so maybe Gaudreau would not want to go to Philly, but I mean, they're doing pretty alright comparative to the expectations, so who knows if there's any hindsight is 2020 kind of thing going on there. But the Rangers, the Devils are doing really well, and they didn't even sign Gaudreau. Imagine what they would have been like if they had signed Gaudreau. That would have been nuts. And then, of course, the Islanders have themselves a pretty good record on the season, too. So I guess Johnny Gaudreau playing on a Columbus team that's the worst in the league might have made the bad choice in the short term. I know he signed for a while, but today, November 16th, 2022, is the only frame of reference we have for this entire thing, so maybe we'll have a different conversation by the time the Blue Jackets get Bedard and end up making the finals next year. But either way, Johnny Gaudreau himself responded to the boos that he received in the New York Islanders' home turf. I was like, I don't get it. I didn't talk to the Islanders once throughout the whole free agency period. And that's the comment that I wanted to make this video about. Because from here, we can go a few different ways. We can talk about, this is what the media does, you know, the media and Darren Dreger and Pierre LeBrun Friedman, these guys go out there and they make radio hits and they talk about rumors that don't have any truth to them, and all the things they say are lies, and they're just trying to make people talk about things for the sake of making people talk about things. You could talk about the Islanders and their pettiness, because this is not the first time this sort of thing has happened. Remember that Dear John video? Yeah, don't think I forgot about that. Now I know John Tavares, them being mad at John, was very much justified because of how he ended up leaving the team. We all saw that Islanders fan, the video of the Islanders fan, who's like sitting beside John Tavares in the penalty box, and he's like, hey John, you're a theft, a liar, a snake, a fake. You should have told us that you were leaving. We could have gotten picks for you. And the guy looks like he's about to cry. Like, yeah, there's a reason why John Tavares, every time he touches the puck in UBS Arena and the arena before that one, there's a reason why every time he does that, he gets booed. And for Johnny Gaudreau, he's getting somewhat of the same treatment, but it's funny because he never even talked to the Islanders in the first place. He had no connection with this team. It's just the media guys, the TSN Sportsnet people, that said that he did. And as a result, I mean, we made a lot of videos talking about Gaudreau and their willingness to potentially sign this guy and how he was linked to the Islanders and he didn't go there and he was linked to the other teams in the New York, New Jersey area. In fact, Now that we know that the Islanders actually didn't go for Gaudreau, it kind of makes things a lot more questionable when you think about their offseason, because the big fuss that everybody was talking about was that Lou Lamoriello was not able to get that extra star forward. He didn't make the trade for JT Miller, he didn't sign Johnny Gaudreau, he didn't make any trade for Tarasenko. There was nobody there that they ended up getting. Now I know their record is great, so I guess it doesn't really matter anymore, but at the time, when free agency ended off and everybody was getting ready for the preseason, I saw a lot of Islanders fans saying, hey, we kind of, fumbled the bag here. We didn't get anything. And learning now that Gaudreau is like, yeah, they didn't even talk to me. It makes the Islanders in their offseason a little bit more questionable, but at the same time, I get it. Lamoriello was confident with the team, and that's why he just kind of rolled with the same guys. And, it's paying off. Right now, the Islanders, look at the NHL standings right here. I didn't have it up, so let's go ahead and pull this up. Right now, in the Metro Division, the Islanders are second, behind the New Jersey Devils, with 22 points in 17 games played. So, I guess you didn't need that star forward now, didn't you? It is also just interesting, now that I have the standings in front of me, just how good all these other teams are. The Rangers are 4th in the Metro, of course the Devils are number 1, and the Blue Jackets are all the way down there at the bottom of the Metro. And, Johnny Gaudreau had himself the option to go to any of these teams, and he said no. The Flyers are underneath the Rangers in the standings, and they've lost 4 in a row, but that's still a team that has a little bit of a better record than Gaudreau's own Columbus Blue Jackets, because we know how close to home he got by signing with the Ohio team. But either way, talk to the comments your thoughts about the Islanders and their fans booing this guy, even though he didn't really do anything with their team. This isn't the same as John Tavares exactly, but I did find it funny that in the past few years, the Islanders fans have found ways to start booing at NHL superstars named John. With Tavares, it's because the guy was a theft, a liar, a snake, and a fake. With Gaudreau, it's because the guy didn't sign with them. And he didn't even talk to them. So, yeah. Thoughts in the comments, all your thoughts about this, as well as with Johnny Gaudreau and the situation in general. I know Gaudreau is signed on for a while. He's got 7 years on that deal. So, whenever Michkov or Fantilli or Connor Bedard goes over to Columbus, he's going to have himself a really good line with Laine and Fantilli, or Laine and Bedard, or something like that. If they end up drafting a winger, then okay, I don't know what's going on there. But, I guess having a winger core of Gaudreau, Laine, Michkov doesn't sound too bad either. Where do you see the Blue Jackets going this season? Where do you see Johnny Gaudreau going this season? How well do you think this team is going to finish off in the standings? They've been hurt with so many injuries. We made a video about that the other day, talking about how half of their entire D-core is out, and it's not looking all too great with them heading into the next few games. But either way, thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trolls 9, and bye.